dog and pony show here. And that includes Joy. She's doing the beautiful upholstery on the boat. I am so happy with what she's done already, and she is teaching me the joys and the ease, no pun intended, it's joys, of templates. So we're gonna make some templates today for these windows. Freya, no, it's called the wild over here. I've got the whole food chain other than a cat. Anyway, we're gonna make some templates. We're gonna make some sunshades for these big, beautiful windows. It's very bright out here today, but it's not windy. So, there we go. Exciting. So how do we do this, Atlas? Isn't it woodworker? So what material do we use for templating?
It's called Durascrim, and it's just basically, it's a reinforced plastic that will hold its shape, which is why it's used for patterning.
Okay.
So you can see through it so you can mark where stuff needs to go, but it also doesn't stretch or lose its shape, and it's sort of got a grid so you can reference lines.
Okay, cool. And where did you pick this stuff up?
From Sale, right?
Okay, nice. I love that company. Okay. This is Joy. She's going to be teaching me how to sew over the next few months so that I can redo all of the upholstery and cushions on the new Hunter. The Hunter will be for sale in the summer of 2021 after the cruising season in the Bahamas. Joy is an artist just like me, and interestingly enough, she's an author. She wrote a children's book about orcas, which I found to be quite interesting. If you'd like a copy, there's a link in the description below. Yeah. Is that our product we're using?
So we were talking about doing snaps in these corners, right? Okay.
So Joy's now used tape in order to straighten up that line a little bit, which is a brilliant idea. So we decided to do 2 buttons on each side, or clips, clasps, what do you call them?
Snaps.
Snaps, 2 snaps on each corner.
Yeah, so I might put a little pleat in the corner to get that extra shape in there if we go on either side, and I think that will be the most secure way to do it.
Okay, cool. One of my least favorite parts of the boat was this stinky old upholstery. Joy has now replaced it with Sunbrella in port, which I absolutely love. The smell has improved greatly in the galley. An item that's reached top of my to-do list on the interior is the V-berth. There were jagged edges and basically a hole underneath Bianca's bed. Today we're going to get started on the project. My little brother Tanner was born for demolition, so we've let him take the grinder to the V-berth and sand out all of the gel coats that we can put in the bracing. Completing Bianca's room is going to really make it feel like home. If there has ever been something that I've really wished to be good at, it's been woodworking. It's not my strong point. I've hired a shipwright who is a woodworker who's going to help. Paul is here today helping us get the bulkhead bracing done. So what he's done here is he measured and cut, and I'm going to fiberglass and tab that in. So that's exciting. I would really like to learn some woodworking skills in the future for my repertoire of knowledge. But for now, Paul's helping and he's really good. So that's exciting. I'm really excited to have Bianca's room back together. It's gonna feel really good. So the braces that we just glued in with Paul, we're gonna tab those into the hull. Then we're gonna paint over it. Then we're gonna add a little top piece, then rinse and repeat for the other top piece. I know that was super technical. That's your tech tip. The thingy with my bobber and the piece in the other piece. I think this may be a little overkill. What do you think? Behold the prep work. What I've learned in my 6 years of working on boats is that just getting it done quickly actually takes longer in the long run. So I put plastic on the floor because, as you know, I am the messiest, and that's probably going to be in my hair. What I've got here is the West System pumps, and these little dew hoppers are measuring tools. So you do 1 pump of this and 1 pump of this, which gives you the correct ratio for the hardener to resin. So we're using 206 hardener and 105 resin for the tabbing. We've pre-cut all of these little pieces, and I feel like it's gonna be spectacular. Bob's your uncle. Bob is my uncle. Bob is also your uncle. So we're gonna tab this in, we're gonna do our best. This isn't gonna be holding up a lot of weight, but yeah, it's fun fiberglassing, practicing, doing our thing. We're gonna do this twice today because we have a lower cabin sole, and then we have an upper plank where Bianca's bed is gonna go here. She's gonna be able to hang out, which is pretty cool. So let's get started. Just out of this big pump. These sneakers have probably seen their last day, I'm guessing. Hardener, small pump. There's some instruction on the label to tell you which pump, because there are 2 big pumps and 2 small pumps depending on which hardener and resin you've got. So here we go. Here is our cup. These are old coffee cups. We're gonna count. Okay, 1, 2, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the most important part is to emulsify, or to mix this up really, really well so that everything kicks and you don't have any soft, gooey, gummy parts, because that is a bummer. All right, rinse and repeat. Welcome back to the V-berth. We are fixing what is broken, which is this demolition job that the previous owner did to this beautiful V-berth. What happened was they took something like a sledgehammer to remove the most beautiful teak ever. And I'm very sad about it, but we found this really great woodworker. His name is Paul, and he is helping us fix this. I'm also taking a class, a power tool woodworking class down at the college. So the next project that arises like this, I won't have to just be looking over someone's shoulder. I'm gonna do it myself. But for now, we're having Paul help us. So what's happening is he has glued in the bracing for the V-berth bed structure, and I'm going to tab it into the hull for some extra stability. After that, we'll put a piece on top. So the other cool thing that I've been doing that I wish I would have done on Little Miss is that I'm taking pictures of before and after all through the whole process, and I'm gonna make some kind of book for myself. I'll probably share it with you guys on Patreon. I'm a photographer by trade. I think some of you guys may know that. I used to do weddings and portraiture, so it's been a big part of my life documenting things, and that's how I ended up becoming a YouTuber. So I'm taking pictures, stills of this project to make a big book. Anyway, I digress. We're gonna go mix some West Systems epoxy, and we just got some fiberglass tape from West Marine, and we're going to secure these braces in and make some bulkheads. All right, let's do it. Previously, when we cut the fiberglass for the tabbing, we just kind of cut a whole bunch of different sizes and shapes that were a little bit too big to make them easy to work with. I mean, that bulkhead's not going anywhere, this sole, but we're gonna try to make it easier by measuring out the pieces dry. We are now trying to decide if we want to fiberglass and tab this piece in, but it's screwed into the other tabbed in pieces. So my philosophy on it is to try to over-engineer when you can, because when else am I going to pick this up and add more fiberglass? Probably not anytime soon. So maybe we'll just do a little bit of tabbing here, just a couple of pieces, nothing major, just to make it more better. My goal is to keep these jars clean. We'll see if I can do it. Usually they're always so messy. I'm always so impressed when people have clean shops. So we're gonna mix. And the important part of this is to really emulsify the product. The worst thing in the world, in my opinion, is not putting enough hardener into your resin and then you have to redo it, but then it's like goo. Ugh, it's the worst. It's like cleaning up a honey peanut butter mistake. I've done it. So what I didn't show you guys was Paul using this compound to brace these in. It's a temporary kind of hold for us so that we can tab and keep them in the right spot. I think she looks pretty good if I don't say so myself. Now we have this beautiful top bracing in. So the big change is basically gaining this, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches of bed here so that an adult can sleep on the bottom. So now I've just begun to tape off so that we can bilge coat. Sure. Cheers, you guys. It's been a long day. It's been a good day. We get a lot done. So I'm just taping off the teak in the V-berth so that I don't get everything everywhere because I am the messiest painter that I know. So the other thing is we're going to do the mildewcide again on the bilge coat. We're just going to add that to the paint and hope that it works. I've used it in the back of the cabinets, but there hasn't been enough time that's passed for me to see if it works. But I think it's worth a shot. It's about $6 and you may as well. So I think it's gonna look beautiful. I'm so excited for Bianca to have her room all done. Cheers, do you mean take a drink? Whenever I taste beer like that, like cold kind of cheap beer, I think about pizza. I can almost smell pizza if I'm honest. It's been super hard to get all of the dust out of here, but I'm doing my best.
So we're just gonna paint the dust in?
Probably.
Sounds like a worthy solution.
All right.
Does this all excite you?
It does. It really does. Okay, is there anything else I should tape off?
Do you want to stand on it, see if it's strong?
Ba 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 ba.
It's hard to fit you all in the frame here.
Not. What are you trying to say? Mom, milkshake, bring me a little. No. Freya. Oh, all right. Let's get to it. We've added about 6 inches of width to the bottom bunk, which makes it possible for an adult to sleep. I'm figuring we can fit 7 adults comfortably on the boat for a big crossing if we wanted to. But for now, this is Bianca's palace. Next time, we'll put the finishing touches on this V-berth. We will put teak veneer over the plywood and varnish. We're trying out this new varnishing product that's water-based, and I'm very excited to see how it holds up. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. We'll see you next time on Sailing Miss Lone Star.
Without my love for the ocean, I would be long gone by now. It's some kind of devotion that brings me down. That without my love for the ocean, I will be no one. straight.